Hello and welcome to the LarpWright. I have something special for you today. I found these online. These are 2 by 20 by 100 millimeter carbon fiber rods I will be using as the core for some new foam weapons. And I've got this 4mm thin Evazote sheets, and I think I'm making really nice thin blades out of these. These are flexible in one direction, so it should be safe to stab with them. But if I put my hand on the end here and I swing them, it feels kind of awkward because they want to flex to either side. If I want to make weapons at length of 1 meter or longer, we'll probably need a little bit thicker 3 or 4mm carbon fiber rods. Well, these should be good at 70 or 60 centimeters. And I think I will cut one 60-40, make 2 knives out of it, and the other I will cut into 70-30. Make cutlass and a knife out of it. So let's get to cutting. These are more expensive than your basic fiberglass core rod, but they should be even more sturdy, and I don't think glass fiber in the same dimensions would be this rigid. They are quite a bit more expensive. This one cost me 10 euros each. That's about 60% more than a glass fiber rod, but I still think it's reasonable. Will make my weapon 5 euros more expensive, and they may be truly unique. So just as with the glass fiber, I wrap this 2 times in tape before I cut it, so my saw doesn't rip out the fibers at the cut. And again, I have to mark over the tape because I can't see my measures anymore. Well, I don't know how carbon fiber reacts to my skin. Glass fiber really stinks. So just to be on the safe side, I'm using breath protection rubber gloves. This will make for a mean cutlass, short weapon to really get into your enemies. something to use in confined spaces and close quarters combat like on a ship. And it will be a bit longer than this. The finished blade is usually 5 to 10 centimeters longer. So of course you have to add a bit of foam in front of the tip and a bit of foam at the pommel at the back. Same here, though I might end up extending this a bit more than this one, just to make it more viable as a weapon. Right, let's get to grinding. The carbon rods I will grind over it. Same reason, I'm grinding my fiberglass rod, so I'm getting a larger surface area for the glue to stick to. So again, breath protection, rubber gloves. Just cut my Evazote sheets for my special carbon fiber experimental blades. And if you are cutting a long strip of foam from your roller foam, something like this is a metal angle, probably came from a metal cupboard at some point, and just have to mark at both ends how wide your cut's going to be, then align the metal piece and cut along the metal. This will give you a cleaner cut as when you're marking it down and then cut along the mark. And of course it saves you time because you don't have to mark it down. So something like this might come in handy. Well, I've cut all my Evazote pieces, and I also cut some pieces of Kevlar I will use to secure the tip of the swords. And now it's time for gluing. As usual, I start by roughening the stuff up. Alright, the interesting bit in this, let's roughen up the tip of this some more. The tip really has to be secured top notch, 100%. So, the tricky bit in this build will be centering my fiberglass rod, carbon fiber rod. So these will also get wooden handles, and they can extend for a bit past the actual rod because wood itself is of course stable. And I think 5 centimeters would be enough to stick the wood on, but I'm going for 7.5. I will mark down here. And with that, I can mark where it will go in here. And the other one as well. Better yet, I mark it down on the table. And hopefully, while applying my glue, don't move it around too much. So let's see if I can find my marks again. There's one, there's the other one. So this is where I want my Kevlar mat to be. Just put it on there and saturate it with the glue. Put this to the side and put some glue on the fiberglass. I don't want to glue up this just yet, because then I would have to glue the other side of the fiberglass up, of the carbon fiber up, and that would mean it would stick to my table while I'm waiting for it to dry. So let's let this dry for a spell, then glue it together. Alright. This has dried for about 5 minutes and it's pretty much dry to the touch, not completely. Now, how to center this? I bet there's a German way to do this, but I will just eyeball it. There. And there. Press it down real good. Not too bad. Let's do the other side. I will glue this both sides up and let it dry, and I'll get back to you. Alright, this had time to dry. In a while I will take this opportunity, while I can still see how this looks on the inside, to shorten it to where I actually want it. Because the tip of these should be no longer than 5 centimeters, or they will be floppy and come off too easily. So there's that. Yeah. See here? Can you see that? Fiberglass is just on top of each other, just like I want it to. And now press it together firmly. And I will weigh this down with 2x4 overnight. Make sure that the glue is really set the way I want it. Alright, The Evazote sheets are now firmly glued onto the carbon fiber core, and I cut a bit to shape. But I tell you, this stuff is tough. It dulls your knife incredibly quickly. You can't really carve it with a knife, and it doesn't sand well as well. So to put the hint of an edge on here, I use a combination of heat gun and medium grit sandpaper, and this works by grinding the edge down a bit. It really doesn't do that much, and then you go over it with the heat gun. And by repeating that process, you whittle away at the Evazote until it gets to the shape you want. I'll show it to you once it is done. Right, this is ground, heated. I hope you can see it. This has now the faintest hint of an edge. I don't really want to grind it down any further, because the weapon is already very slim. The base thickness of this blade is what I grind down my usual blades to. So this would be an edge, but now this is about half as thick at the edge. So I think with the paint on it, it will look pretty good. Let's see how this works out. Alright, for my experimental hunting knife, got something special. This grip of real deer antler. Already cut this down to shape, and I carved and ground the carbon fiber rod to about half its original thickness, width, so it will actually fit in here. Now I will slot it with a 3mm drill bit, and let's see how this works. There's not much room for error here. Nah, this fits perfectly. Alright, let's get some epoxy. I just mixed for the wooden handle on there. Let's get it in there this time. This is cool, and this set overnight. Okay, this is how the experimental carbon rod Evazote foam weapons look after painting, and I think they don't look too bad. They're still a little bright because I put talcum powder on them, but that will soon fall off. I think it really looks like something the local blacksmith would do for you. So I want to put wooden handles on this. Got these round pieces of wood. I will put them on here. First I will shave the end of this down to make it a bit more pointy. That will make it easier to fit it in. Just a bit is enough. Now, to get a slot in here where I can fit that in, I got this wood drill here, and it is measured to be just as long, if not a little bit longer, as the handle. Let me pull this out a bit more. So I can just drill as deep as it will go, and that will be as deep as it needs to be. Now let's mark where this should go. And I will start by drilling 3 holes in this as straight as I can by freehanding it. The drill is 5 millimeters, even though this is only 2 millimeters thick, because that will make it easier to actually get that in there. And all the play that will result from the slot being too big, I will fill up with my 2-component glue. That should make it rock solid. And this is surprisingly clean. Let's see if it fits. Yep, this fits. So, let's get my 2-component glue. Well, this will have to set overnight. Okay. The handle's now secure firmly, and it's time to grind it down to give it a more ergonomic shape. So the battery died during filming, but it was long and boring. Now this shape fits pretty well. I'll need a bigger grinder if I'm to do this regularly. Going over it with my finest sandpaper. Make it nice and smooth. And now I will seal it with linseed oil. Linseed oil is a great natural way to seal your wood. It's some kind of container. Now this is oil, this shouldn't come into contact with your latex. But as I've sealed it thoroughly with the Isoflex, I'm not worried, not too much. And that gives the wood some character. Let this dry, and this weapon is done.